हेलो एवरीवन। आज की वीडियो में हम लोग देखेंगे कि हाउ आई कैन कॉन्फ़िगर BYOD टू माय FNO प्रोजेक्ट्स। नॉर्मली जब हमको कोई टेबल और डेटा FNO से एक्सपोर्ट करना होता है टू एन एक्सटर्नल सिस्टम, दैट्स वेयर BYOD कम द पिक्चर। एंड BYOD सिंपली स्टैंड्स फॉर ब्रिंग योर ओन डेटाबेस। सो सबसे पहला स्टेप क्या है यहाँ पे BYOD के लिए? यू शुड हैव Azure database. Now you may ask कि Azure database ही क्यों चाहिए? Because that's an online database and you won't be able to connect an offline SQL server here. So log in into your Azure portal and there you can create an SQL server and a database. जब ये वहाँ पे क्रिएट हो जाए, यू नीड टू कैप्चर कपल ऑफ डिटेल्स फ्रॉम द डेटाबेस का। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल सर्वर का नाम, डेटाबेस का नाम एंड द यूजर नेम एंड पासवर्ड। वंस इट्स क्रिएटेड, navigate to FNO, navigate to data management and click on configure entity export to database. अभी यहाँ पे आई क्रिएटेड वन ऑलरेडी, सो मैं क्या करता हूँ, इसको डिलीट करता हूँ एंड आई लेट्स ट्राई टू क्रिएट अ न्यू वन. So I click on the new one and give a meaningful name. For example, I'll call it I'm calling it the Exapta BYOD and give a description. For an example, exporting maybe sales data. So I mean you can put a more meaningful name. Basically मैं क्या पे बोलना चाह रहा हूँ कि इस BYD database के अंदर मेरा जितना भी sales related data है वो export करूँगा so that I can manage the access accordingly. अभी next point here is to put a connection string. So if you remember when we created a Azure database, so I captured a couple of things. So ये एक general syntax है उस connection string का, but you need to replace a couple of values here. That is first the data source. So data source में आपको SQL server का name डालना है. That is nothing but that should be ending something with the database.windows.net and ये port number है. फिर जो initial catalog है, that's nothing but your database name. Okay. And then towards end you need to put the SQL user ID and SQL user password. Once you have that string ready, place that string here and click on validate. And जैसे ही आप validate पे click करोगे, वो system आपको देगा कि हाँ ये database up and running है और connection establish हो गया है. So that's the second step. So step is creating a Azure database. Second step is connecting that Azure database to Dynamics 365. Now the third step. So the third step is, if you navigate to data entities, here we need to publish those data entities to BYOD first. And when you publish them, system क्या करेगा, इसका एक metadata BYOD में create कर देगा. Basically a table structure, right? So here you go to the publish. If you click on publish, it will give you option this one. You click on publish और ये जो staging table है इसका, right? This staging table, इसका table structure and field BYOD में create हो जाएगा. So till this point, the table will be table structure will be exported to BYOD, published in BYOD, and but table में कोई data नहीं है अभी, right? And the last step is you need to create an export project. So when you go to data management again, click on export project and give a proper names here. And when you click something like that, and if you're selecting an entity, let's say cost V3 or something. Let's take this for a moment. Okay. So here I'll get an option for the BYOD as well. So इसको select करो and that will be added here. Then based on your need, export now or export in batch, you can schedule that. And with every export, whether it's a delta, sequential export or full export, ये सारा का सारा डेटा आपका BYOD टेबल में जाके एक्सपोर्ट हो जाएगा. Now, couple of important thing here. Whenever you are making any changes in this table, maybe adding a new field, removing a field, or changing a logic of a field, right? So I would prefer to unpublish and publish again this table to BYOD. So your table schema is still same. However, if you are just making any logic change for one of the existing field, you may not need to publish it again. But if you are changing the layout of this entity, maybe adding a new field, removing a field, then for sure you need to first उस table को unpublish करना है, right? And then publish it again. How you can do that? Simply go to the data entity again and select the data entity, go to publish. So this time you will see a checkbox here because this entity is already published to this BYOD, and you just drop the entity and publish it again. If you directly click on publish, that will also ask you to publish it again, but I would prefer to you drop that entity first and publish it again, right? So that's a foolproof solution. आई होप ये वीडियो आपको पसंद आया होगा एंड होपफुली आप को यूज़ भी करोगे इसे प्रोजेक्ट्स में. थैंक यू सो मच फॉर वॉचिंग. अगर आपने अब तक सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है, प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब, लाइक एंड शेयर. आई बिलीव दैट्स द सीक्वेंस. थैंक यू सो मच एवरीवन.